Our next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy: tag team wrestling. Starting with the wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Afa himself.
Fatu and Samu, the Head Shrinkers.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the Head Shrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as
Paul E. Dangerously,
and the SST, the Samoan SWAT team.
the Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine.
Already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Afa, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans world famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal.
The Head Shrinkers are coming.
Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Be prepared, Steiner brothers. We're gonna give you a pain that you have never felt before.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that, stop them in their tracks, and get the Head Shrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious, miserable end.
One of the toughest teams in WWE history.
Nearly 600 pounds of pure savagery.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Alpha at a combined weight of 565 pounds. Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
Fair warning, this one may not be too pretty, guys.
You talk about rugged individuals. These are two tag teams that can really bring the fight to anyone that steps in their path.
Yeah, there's about to be a seismic collision in the ring.
This match means so much to the Steiners and to the Head Shrinkers.
Well, the whole world is focusing on WrestleMania 9, and the last thing you want to do is come up on the short end.
Pride is on the line, and as is a stake to the claim of being the toughest team in all of WWE.
The Steiner brothers getting a tremendous ovation here in their first WrestleMania, and we'll see if they can carry on Michigan's winning ways.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 531 pounds, Rick and Scott, the Steiner Brothers.
The Steiner brothers are one of the most promising tag teams we've ever seen in WWE.
But Samu and Fatu are looking to stomp out any of that promise right here at WrestleMania.
Let me warn the WWE Universe right now. This is going to be a brutal match. Just two heavy-hitting tag teams going at it. Physical, smash-mouth wrestling. And like Saxton said, it won't be pretty at all.
Big fight feel in Las Vegas as Gladiators face off here at WrestleMania 9.
And we are watching four men who would have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Head Shrinkers and the Steiners are ready for a true battle.
Both teams are relatively new to WWE, but we've seen that each duo is not afraid to get physical. Each side is looking for their first WrestleMania win, and they will do anything to earn it.
Samu and Fatu, already some success in the tag division tonight. Could really be their coming out party.
Well, they certainly have a tradition to uphold, Cole. The man in their corner, Alpha, has held the WWE tag titles on 3 occasions, and he's primed to bring the Head Shrinkers to the top as well.
Samu and Fatu headbutt each other during matches. If they do that to their own flesh and blood, who knows what they'll do to the Steiners?
It's just a byproduct of the brutal take-no-prisoners offense of the Head Shrinkers, Byron. These guys will bite, scratch, and claw their way to a win. Rulebook be damned.
And with Rick and Scott coming from an amateur collegiate background, they might be a bit more hesitant to bend the rules. Hopefully the Steiners can adapt, and fast.
Got the tag, and just in the nick of time.
The Head Shrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE, but they both come to this match with a few years of experience in WCW.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott have their share of singles titles too.
Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that has to serve as motivation for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
Scott getting worked on right now.
Seeing some high-impact offense from Samu and Fatu thus far.
I'm not sure the Head Shrinkers are even going for the victory. They just want to destroy the Steiners. Big time power slam.
Talk about intimidation. I'm not sure if it's resilience or stupidity that's going to drive you to try and come back from a move like that. Leaning on the turnbuckle here. Oh, what a headbutt!
WrestleMania 9 shaping up to be a big night in the tag division, guys.
Indeed it is, Michael. Two great young teams competing now. And later tonight, none other than Hulk Hogan will lead the Mega Maniacs against Money Inc. for the tag team titles.
Odds makers in Nevada have the smart money on Hulk Hogan leaving Vegas with their gold tonight.
Vicious headbutt.
Uh-oh. Scott taking over. Going for the win here. Fighting hard to stay in this match.
Look at that counter from Samu. The whole world is focused on WrestleMania 9 tonight. The last thing you want to do is come out on the wrong side of a match like this.
That's right. A big win at WrestleMania means a big boost in the tag division and a substantial winner's push.
I don't think the head shrinkers concern themselves much with the financial matters, Saxton, but they are dead set on proving they're the toughest dudes around.
Big back body drop. What elevation. Momentum moving towards Samu's corner.
The head shrinkers smartly keeping themselves out of the grasp of Rick and Scott Steiner.
There is a method to the madness of the head shrinkers.
Here we go. Diving shoulder tackle.
Fell like a boulder out of the sky and absolutely flattened the target.
The head shrinkers accompanied to ringside by Alpha, but he's not the only tag team legend serving in a managerial role tonight.
That's right, Michael. Just like Alpha, Mr. Fuji earned many WWE tag titles as a wrestler. But now, he's hoping to lead Yokozuna to the WWE Championship.
And look at...
bear hug, squeezing the breath out of them. He's in a bad position now.
Resisting as much as he can, but for how furiously trying to fight his way out of the bear hug. Can he do it? Yes!
Dominating shoulder tackle. And he's tagging his partner in.
As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry, do you think either of these teams is feeling the pressure of their first WrestleMania?
I can tell you that Samu and Fatu truly did not care. Alpha has turned these men into brutal fighters who simply want to destroy their opponents no matter where the fight takes place.
And as for the Steiners, we know they have big match experience, tons of amateur championship bouts in college, and some of WCW's biggest events. Even those can't hold a candle to the spectacle of WrestleMania.
This match is getting the better of him.
I'm positive this wasn't in his game plan, but if he wants to survive this match, he needs to come up with a new plan ASAP.
An overhead chop.
And we are really seeing the amazing skill sets of all four men in this tag team showcase.
Well, we already knew about the brawling of the head shrinkers and the grappling of the Steiners, but men as big as these four behemoths should not be able to fly around the ring like they have thus far.
It is made for an extremely tough act to follow, guys.
Boom! He's got to make some moves here or suffer the countout.
Whip back into the ring. And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this? What's he hoping to find down there?
He's thinking a steel chair is just what he needs to wreak some havoc here.
Standing drop kick.
Notes. He
before this match began, you heard the Steiner speak backstage. Scott saying, quote, "Me and my brother are going to go out with a game plan and do what we do best, and that's wrestle."
That's all well and good for the Steiner brothers, but Alpha has gone on record saying that his men are looking to tear Rick and Scott's heads off.
He got it! Tag made!
Lariat! Rick gets that set right back to him. And there goes Steiner sent outside the ring.
Fatu like a one-man wrecking machine right now, cleaning house.
Oh, look at this, the power by Scott Steiner.
But the tag was made and Scott not aware.
Big kick.
Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
Oh, this is not looking good for Steiner.
And this is what the head shrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it.
And he retaliates.
And he is directed into the corner.
Shows great wherewithal there.
Oh, man, what a strike. It pulls off the reversal. Quick thinking that time. Wicked forearm. Did you hear that thud? And there's another focused attack to his head. Big headbutt. Chop. Uncorks a thunderous chop. Caught with the double axe handle. Oh, right to the throat. Tossed by the neck. Tag. Double team coming.
Driven down face first.
That's it. No way the Steiners come back now.
From the top.
Elbow drop.
Fatu hoping that this is the end.
Keeps his team in this one.
Boom.
The head shrinkers and the Steiners are engaged in an epic battle.
Both teams making the Roman gladiators proud.
Oh, kick right in the face.
And now placed in the corner.
Tag. Double team coming. Oh, face first.
And the head shrinkers just might have it.
Ooh, ouch. Pin. This might be the end of Steiner's night. Oh, how did he get the shoulder up?
That sucked all the air out of this place. It looked like a done deal. And just eating a knee on the reversal. Ooh, brutal forearm.
The head shrinkers, the Steiners, taking each other to the limit in the biggest match of their careers.
And this may just be the greatest tag match we've seen in nearly a decade of WrestleManias.
How does anyone have this much in them at this point?
Dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Placing him in the corner. Ooh, and Samu fights back. Solid punch.
Oh my gosh! Oh my God!
Oh, jaw-shattering. There's the tag. Boom. Oh, Steiner fell right into that one.
Man, what a hit!
He can put through the ringer tonight.
tag soon here. Have to take the chance to get your win back deep into the match. All these counters, it's like they're in each other's minds.
Telegraphed that one and delivers a blow to the gut.
Goes into the corner.
Oh my, down with authority. These attacks are starting to impact him.
And Steiner attacked like a corner dog there.
Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Steiner has his sights set on his opponent now.
He's able to counter that.
Big forearm. He averts the offense.
Set out powerbomb. Oh my! Oh! Nice gut-wrench suplex.
In off the tag.
Nothing fancy there.
And into the turnbuckle he goes. Samu avoids that one. Powerbomb. Oh, man. Oof. Power.
Punch straight to the face, stays off the attack. Roundhouse kick. Going for the pin for the win. And the Head Shrinkers get the win.
Here are your winners, Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
And what a huge win for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
Samu and Fatu making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock: 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth.
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always-ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring is the challenger from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
A blue chip talent with a bright future.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Looking at the champion, I guarantee there is no doubt in their mind as to who is leaving this match with the title around their waist.
The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters.
Well, that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title. He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard who doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental Champion. This should be a memorable match.
Helmsley looking to bait his opponent into a mistake.
Intercontinental Championship at stake right here in Lowell, Massachusetts. We're expecting an emotional night for all of us, considering that Shawn Michaels will forfeit the WWE Championship live tonight.
Yeah, I saw a very dejected HBK earlier today. I couldn't even get him to crack a smile at all.
Well, that's just because no one's ever happy to see you, Saxton.
What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting. Just beat Rocky down. Oh, I think the ring just moved. Oh, look at this, raining right hands.
Non-stop blows.
And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
And Rocky is delivering solid damage, but needs to remember to get Helmsley in the ring. The title can't be won outside of the squared circle.
Maivia feeding off the crowd, feeding off their energy. Oh, drop kick. Cobra clutch cinched in. The Cobra clutch is in trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up.
Oh, what a hip toss.
And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's tried to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours.
Rocky, the 6'5", around 270-pound stud, just has to keep his cool. Don't take any unnecessary chances against a cagey competitor the caliber of our Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, wicked punch. Drop kick. Oh, look at this. Looking for the suplex off the top rope.
Oh, the champion doing everything to retain here.
And he doesn't let the pin last long at all.
I didn't think this match was close to over. Ooh.
Pulled in from belly to belly. Maivia way up high. Perched up top. Diving knee drop.
Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all.
Face bust.
Maivia's pulled in.
Champ close to ending it here.
Goes for the pin. And a heartbreaking loss for the young upstart, Rocky Maivia.
Here is your winner, and still the Intercontinental Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters.
But that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title. He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard who doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental Champion. This should be a memorable match.
Stretching and tearing at all the ligaments in the leg.
And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Look out!
Oh, he slipped out of harm's way. Went for the high risk towards the outside, but it ended up being in vain. Catches a punch.
Maivia in a state of distress.
This pristine offense from Helmsley has Rocky Maivia scrambling. And Helmsley just showing his huge submission time.
Dragging sleeper apart.
He's given up, but you can tell his opposition doesn't care one bit.
Counters right back on Hunter.
Maivia finally finding an answer to that onslaught.
Incredible opportunity if he can collect his bearings here.
Intercontinental Championship at stake right here in Lowell, Massachusetts. We're expecting an emotional night for all of us, considering that Shawn Michaels will forfeit the WWE Championship live tonight.
Yeah, I saw a very dejected HBK earlier today. I couldn't even get him to crack a smile at all.
Well, that's just because no one's ever happy to see you, Saxton.
What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting. Just beat Rocky down.
And now thrown back into the ring. Rocky beats him to the punch.
Before this match, I was talking to Helmsley, and he said he can beat the snot out of this Maivia kid in less than 10 minutes. In fact, he was showing me on his watch. Did you know he has a timepiece that costs $20,000?
Confident words from Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Not sure how relevant his timepiece is to this match, though, Corey.
It isn't relevant. I just wanted to share an example of how far ahead.
Oh, he got him. Is he going to lock this in?
Volcanic clutch locked in.
The net.
Looking for a crucial escape. Yes, breaking the hold. Saving himself for the time being. He's able to reverse it.
Ooh. Headlock. Oh, cheap shot right above the eye.
And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
Smart great offense now from Rocky.
The power of Rocky Maivia is too much for Helmsley right now.
Oh, great wherewithal there. Into the pin, title on the line.
Oh, gonna take a lot more than that to keep this man down.
Face bust.
This looks like the setup. Cutter. That could be enough to continue the reign.
And a heartbreaking loss for the young upstart, Rocky.
And still, the Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock, has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into
undoubtedly the top. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters.
Well, that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title. He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard who doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental Champion. This should be a memorable match. Bang! Drop kick.
Before this match, I was talking to Helmsley, and he said he can beat the snot out of this Maivia kid in less than 10 minutes. Watch out!
And he turned it around. And he's going to the outside, which will start a countout.
A masterful display of defense from both wrestlers.
What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting. Just beat Rocky down.
Looking to go up high. Really needs to take this back. From way up, he fails to connect.
Down around into the schoolboy, shoulders are down.
No, he kicks out. The champ is pinned. We might have a new champion here. And easily kicks out of the count.
He is definitely struggling to keep him down at this point.
Intercontinental Championship at stake right here in Lowell, Massachusetts. We're expecting an emotional night for all of us, considering that Shawn Michaels will forfeit the WWE Championship live tonight.
Yeah, I saw.
Cobra clutch. Torturing their opponent.
He is struggling to find an escape, but to no avail.
Will the pain be too much?
In trouble here?
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up.
Oof, that knee knocking the wind out of him.
Hunter is getting dominated.
The power of Rocky Maivia is too much for Helmsley right now.
Oh, and a big right. And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson in action will appreciate Rocky Maivia because he's a chip off the old block.
Notwithstanding as well the genes of his grandfather, the incomparable Peter Maivia. Chief Maivia.
Oh boy, they don't come any tougher than Peter Maivia.
These two are clearly fired up, going blow for blow.
Two titans, trading strikes, and refusing to back down.
Oh, vicious body shot. Boom! Right between the eyes.
Up on their shoulders.
Down in a hurry. And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's trying to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours.
Rocky, the 6'5", around 270-pound stud, just has to keep his cool. Don't take any unnecessary chances against a cagey competitor the caliber of our Intercontinental Champion.
Hunter on the receiving end. Oh, chin-breaking uppercut counter right when it was needed.
Kick to the body and now dragging their opponent's face across the top rope.
Maivia was ready for that.
Keep deeper into this match now, and I think it's Helmsley who's reaching peak frustration.
Can't quite put Rocky Maivia away. A testament to the never-say-die attitude of this young superstar.
And he gets it from his dad. He gets it from his grandfather. Maivia knows nothing less than to give it his all. He's climbing the turnbuckles to the top. Looking for something big here.
To the sky. High impact missile drop kick. Maivia took to the sky.
Hunter whipped into the corner. Nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand.
Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover. And Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anoa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but
High Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steele. The steel cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications. Thanks to the cage, we'll get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if a cage can even contain that. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steele is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Grabbing a hold of their opponent face first into the cage.
sent to the corner.
Oh, nasty headbutt.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steel. What's it going to take for the animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steel makes sense to someone as traditional as Maivia. There's never any telling what the animal's going to do.
Soaring! Got out of the way.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
Momentum is all with Maivia now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather this haymaker after haymaker. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out.
Slugging away with everything they've got. He's got him down. This could be it.
A kick out before the referee can get to one.
At this point in the match, I'm not surprised. The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia's
doing whatever it takes to win, and we're about to see it. Superplex!
Man, believe me when I say you cannot overstate the amount of pain that causes someone.
Ooh, the animal may be wounded. Play at this point.
The High Chief closing in on a successful hunt.
Running power slam.
George the Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
Another stiff shot to the head here.
Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
Oh, my goodness. What a double-handed chop. Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
Yeah, Maivia has really figured the animal out.
And I think we just might see.
There's the backbreaker. Maivia can taste it now.
Set up for a second time.
Backbreaker. Good grief. And George is laid out.
George the Animal Steel is not a wrestler. Neither superstar giving an inch here.
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here.
Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground.
Showering European uppercut. Ooh-wee. This is tough. Headlocks instead and just toss their opponent. Going right after the arm and taking down their opponent effectively.
Into the pin. Could be over for Maivia. He wasted no time kicking out there.
How'd he do that?
Oh, hold on. Is he thinking of a submission here?
Hammerlock applied. Expertly manipulating the joints and muscles in the arm.
Able to punch his way out. Ooh.
Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows, maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
He's getting even closer to making an escape.
It's not over yet.
Took all he had to get up there, guys. He might be gassed.
Now heading out.
And no one there to stop it.
Oh, man, the only thing left to do now is hit the floor with both feet. Not an easy climb, even with...
Wow, Steel with a big win over Peter Maivia.
Here is your winner, George.
High Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steel in a steel cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
Yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications, thanks to the cage, who get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if a cage can even contain them.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal
Slugging it out, toe-to-toe now.
Neither competitor is backing down.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this.
He's eyeing the top of the cage as he starts his climb.
You have to be cautious while climbing. Don't want to slip and fall.
One leg in the cage and one towards victory.
This is not going to end well.
Powerbomb. Falls back to the mat.
Didn't have anywhere to escape to.
Consider that an early lesson about when and when not to climb the cage wall.
Oh, throat first. This superstar is hurt.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steel often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Uh-oh, going up top now. Avalanche side slam.
Peter Maivia rallying this crowd behind him.
Gosh. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steel. What's it going to take for the animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steel makes sense to someone as traditional as Maivia. There's never any telling what the animal's going to do in a match, and he needs to keep it that way.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body. Running power slam!
George the Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia's called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage. Pulled back into the hip toss.
The animal may be wounded prey at this point.
The High Chief closing in on a success. Double leg takedown, got the shoulders down.
Elevates his shoulder ahead of the count.
A little closer to getting the pinfall there, but this is still anybody's fight. Oh my gosh, that's gross. You would have to question the mentality of someone who just sunk their teeth into flesh.
Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
Running power slam!
Oh, that's a chop you don't want to be on the receiving end of. And that was a clear attack to his core. Maybe seeing an opening.
And taking aim right at the midsection with this offense.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui. Big back body drop! You see the height on that? Oh, God! Maivia just dominated the animal with that one. Maivia has Steel in his sights, looking to put the animal down. Time to end this.
Nice striker. No way Steel's coming back from that.
He's signaling for the door.
Hey, go for the easy win. Why not?
Scaling the steel cage wall. Here we go. Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
Yeah, Maivia has really figured the animal out here. Another big move!
Oh, what a backbreaker.
And just ugly impact. Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
George the Animal Steel is not a wrestler. By any stretch of the imagination, guys, he's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief Peter Maivia. When you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
Jarring European uppercut.
He is completely focused on the task at hand here.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief. Pulled back into the hip toss. Uh-oh. Headbutt. Nothing fancy there.
Head being targeted again, it seems.
Trying to go for it again.
Backbreaker. Delivered again. Just end it now.
He's making the climb up towards the top of the cage.
Blast off. Man.
Oh, Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
Can Steel recover from this adversity?
Watching.
Oh, fortune favors the bold. These risks could be a winning strategy.
Starting to climb up the steel cage.
Looking to keep steady, keep balanced.
He's reached the highest limit of the cage now. He's trying to escape. He's got to give everything he has to push himself over the top.
He's halfway home. Time to start the descent.
He's made it over the hump. Now he just has to climb down to the floor.
Victory all but secured now.
What a battle he has endured.
And the High Chief defeats the Animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock. Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring finals.
The following is the final match in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
cannot wait to witness what unfolds here. The irresistible force has been on a tear recently.
And Nia believes the crown already belongs to her. Will Jax's menacing presence and sheer power be too much for Valkyria to overcome? Or can Lyra write a happy ever after ending to her Cinderella story?
Lyra Valkyria fancies herself a Morgan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to fly around and decide who would live and who would die. That is what Lyra Valkyria is bringing to the ring here tonight.
And her opponent, from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
And there will be a coronation taking place tonight as Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria face off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament.
The irresistible force has been on a tear recently, and Nia believes the crown already belongs to her.
As for Lyra, this is the biggest match of her career. Remember, she was still on the NXT roster just a few weeks ago, and now she has a chance to make history.
Neither Nia nor Lyra looking to back down in this match, both knowing all that's at stake here. Well, if you're Lyra Valkyria, what do you do to pull off a massive upset tonight?
Well, Lyra's a technical wizard, Cole.
And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax. Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Sent outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring. Anything can happen in WWE. It used to be a tagline, but it's the truth, and Lyra Valkyria is living it.
Over the last 12 months, Lyra has already knocked off the likes of Becky Lynch and Io Sky, but she's never faced anyone the size of Jax. This is a first for her career.
Oh, what a right!
Man, that's some attitude behind it.
Jax with the irresistible offense.
And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here.
And it looks like she has swift justice in mind. Going for the kendo stick like that.
I can't believe Jax is looking to go airborne.
On the top.
Oh, man.
Lyra says she feels alive every time she flies, and that's what Nia has to avoid tonight, keeping Lyra grounded.
The woman thinks she's a bird, Cole. What do you expect?
It's symbolism, Graves.
Set hard into the corner.
Ooh, thunderous headbutt. Draped across the top rope.
Wow, clubbing forearm.
Oh, man.
Lyra Valkyria making it loud and clear for her opponent tonight.
Lyra Valkyria, one of the best technical wrestlers in NXT Women's Division history.
But the game is about so much more than technique. It's about experience and timing, knowing when to tap into certain parts of your psyche. Nia knows this, and we've seen it for years.
The big question is, does Lyra? She's pumping herself up, reaching out for that burst of energy.
Didn't go to plan for Jax.
Went for the springboard and miss.
What a sidewalk slam. And it appears that the crown is now within reach for Jax.
Well, if you didn't see things going this way, you're a fool.
In just a matter of minutes, we'll have our second Queen of the Ring. The first, of course, being Zelina Vega.
But you've got to believe that Zelina will want a shot at whichever woman wins this. She beat the woman now known as Piper Niven that night, so you know Queen Zelina can strike down an enemy of any size. Being set up in the corner for something. Oh, my goodness.
And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now.
Yeah, Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here. Golly, Nia is just cornering Valkyria. Jax abusing Lyra, showing no mercy. I think it's a preview of what kind of queen Nia Jax would be.
The kind of queen that will happily send victims to the guillotine.
Is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she hasn't won.
But when you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the irresistible force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now.
Enough of this. She needs to refocus on the task at hand now. Oh, Nia is lighting up her opponent.
Valkyria needs to go head to head, putting each other to the test.
The fight is on. It is furious. Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up. Willpower. The sheer guts of these two.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up.
WWE Universe getting their first look at Lyra Valkyria. She's only had 3 main roster matches so far, and they were all in this tournament.
Big wins over Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky over the last 3 weeks. That's an extremely impressive start for Lyra.
Wow, undefeated for 3 weeks? When Nia Jax joined the main roster, she didn't lose a match for over 7 months, and Jax has stayed that dominant for years.
Brought to a disadvantage now.
And I don't think anything can stop Nia Jax right now. And she's set right into that corner.
Headbutt connects.
Draped across the top rope.
Clubbing four. What a shot by Nia Jax. Showcasing her power right here.
Valkyrie. Is just going to have to endure this punishment. And Nia Jax has Lyra right where she wants her.
Muscling all the way up and over. Jax just turned the lights out.
And now propped up in the corner. Oh, what a headbutt.
just going to have to endure this punishment.
Just using their foot as a weapon. Boot right to the throat. Oh, right to the side of the face. Saw it coming. It counters it.
Trading counters and reversals back and forth. Taken down by the neck.
Herself on the defensive.
One attack after another from Jax.
Getting her set up for something in the corner.
Ooh, what a damaging blow.
Had the foresight to get out of that one.
Valkyria is just going to have to endure this punishment.
Valkyria keeps her away. All the way up and all the way down. Powerbomb. Can Lyra Valkyria survive this?
Well-placed elbow drop.
Slammed down. And Lyra only finds it.
I think we're about to see it. Muscles them all the way up. Got the sit-up, and there's the powerbomb.
There's no chance you're coming back from another one of those. Desperation in the eyes of both Jax and Valkyria. Neither woman willing to back down. Both throwing everything they can at each other.
There's a hard punch. Nia is lighting up her opponent.
Valkyria is just going to have to endure this punishment.
Scoop slam.
Elbow drop, big time.
Big boot. Loving blow. And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now. This is exactly why Jax is so dominant.
Fisherman Buster. Lyra just hit Nia with a big move, but can she capitalize?
Hoisted high above her head. And down.
Elbow drop.
Punishing boot.
Big boot.
Oh, nothing fancy with that boot.
An isolated offense from Nia Jax.
Valkyria needs to figure things out.
And gets sent right into the corner.
Oh, vicious headbutt. Huge boot.
Dropping the elbow.
The irresistible force could be ending this in mere moments.
I think we're about to see it. Muscles them all the way up. Powerbomb.
to the top rope here. From the top. Oh, drop. She's going for the victory. And she got it. Nia Jax is queen of the ring.
Here is your winner and the new queen of the ring, Nia Jax.
That was incredible.
Nia Jax is the queen of the ring. Quite an emotional moment for Jax, who returned to WWE just 8 months ago.
Jax was away from WWE for quite some time. She did some serious soul searching, but she found herself. She found her footing, and now Nia Jax has found the queen of the ring crown.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? He had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. But it became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. And he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time and time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin lately.
Austin will be here, Byron. I just refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a no-holds-barred match. Introducing first, from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 424 pounds, Rikishi!
We have learned more about Rikishi in the last couple of weeks than we knew about him his entire career here in WWE. He said he ran over Austin not for himself, but for The Rock.
Right, and now he's coming out here, and I guess if Austin doesn't show up, the general manager is going to have to come out here and declare this is a forfeit, and Rikishi's going to win it. Oh, this man makes me sick. Is he here?
Well, there's the Rattlesnakes music.
He's here. Austin's here. Stone Cold Steve Austin came here with no fear, no hesitation, just revenge.
His opponent, from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Austin fought for his life to make it back here, to make Rikishi pay.
Now there is no way Rikishi can escape the Texas Rattlesnake.
It's been almost a year since Austin competed in the ring. Austin is a man possessed. Rikishi feels good about running over Austin and said he'd do it again. That man is sick.
Well, Rikishi made two mistakes. One, trying to end Austin's life. And two, not being man enough to finish the job.
Austin's going to absolutely tee off on Rikishi.
This one is going to get ugly in a hurry. It's a miracle Austin survived being run over by Rikishi. Now pissed off, Texas Rattlesnake is on the loose and out for revenge.
It took Austin almost a year to recover from the injuries he suffered in that heinous attack. You can't blame Austin for the damage he inflicts on Rikishi tonight.
Byron, the lesser man wouldn't have survived. Stone Cold promised that Rikishi's days of walking above ground are over. This is no holds barred. Oh, scouted that one. And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be hooked from behind, from the middle rope.
Second rope out.
Austin with a reversal. Arm wringer. Right hand will count.
Ooh, nasty shot to the throat.
And he's pulled the ring apron up, looking under there for something.
Any chance the table will be set up for a lovely spread? Never mind, that never happens. Someone is likely going through it.
We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishis are delusional. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that. Austin showing no fear, no intimidation.
Now heading outside.
I have no clue how much lawn work needs to be done in this one, but we have a shovel now.
Big punch finds its mark.
And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
Austin does work for the fellas and a lot of people, Michael.
These two trading one blow after another. As the fight continues ringside, we may need to relocate soon.
Grabbing my notes. So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
Austin is like a man possessed. It's been almost a year since Austin's been in the ring.
Clubbing blows.
Looks like he's coming back in. Clearly hoping something nefarious is beneath the ring.
Whoa, maybe slow down there, Wild Thing. Do you really need a bat right now?
Goes under the ropes and into the ring. Sliced bread.
What a counter. Power slam.
And though The Rock wants nothing to do with this altercation, we have to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. The Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
No, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water, and it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture. And that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for all the Rock's success. Corey, Austin has been out of in-ring action for nearly a year. Does any possible ring rust factor into this match?
Well, maybe if this actually was a match, but this isn't about arm drags. It's not about drop kicks. This is a fight, and there is never any rust on Stone Cold when it comes to fighting.
Great awareness from Austin.
Rikishi finds his target with that one.
This is certainly an effective use of a foreign object.
Now Rikishi has the firm upper hand.
Rikishi with an onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble.
And that was just as devastating as a sledgehammer to Austin's trunk. Such thunderous impact.
Rikishi hoisting up his opponent.
Rikishi! Driver. That's it. Austin is out.
We talk a lot about Austin being prepared for a fight. Talk about the rattlesnake preparing to make Rikishi a dead man. Well, right now it's Rikishi doing the brawling. Rikishi's disdain for Austin looks greater than even we anticipated.
He gets into the ring. No count out as he takes things out of the ring. The rattlesnake's being picked apart.
No one holding Rikishi's family down now, taking out all those years of frustration. On Austin here.
And Rikishi enjoying how he's worn down the rattlesnake throughout this match.
And I bet The Rock is smiling about it too.
Oh, stop that nonsense, Corey.
Targeting the throat there.
Oh, what a
taking this fight back into the ring. And what's he looking for here?
He's got kendo stick.
Ooh, a vicious shot right to the dome. So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal. Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth.
There's been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks. And this Albany crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. Oh, he truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for.
We've already seen a few blows land above the neck.
And his head was once again the target. Time for him to defend against that.
Oh, collide. With a barricade.
Launch connects.
Rikishi is picking the competition apart.
Yeah, Rikishi isn't giving any quarter.
Oh, he fights Rikishi back. Under the ropes and back into the ring. Oh, vicious headbutt.
Despicable Rikishi has been, but to throw vinegar on the rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer.
Well, hell hath no fury like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation for every fist Austin lands in this fight.
I don't know what he's got in mind heading to the floor here.
And Stone Cold can't find a way off the blocks.
Tough spot, even for the rattlesnake.
Turns it around.
Opportunity now for Austin to capture some momentum.
The rattlesnake got played around with for too long. Now he wants to open a can.
And talk about giving a DDT with authority. I don't know what they're looking for here.
Shades of the OEC dub as a kendo stick is introduced. Rikishi taking that as an empty threat, thinking that Austin isn't the man he claims to be. But trust me, when Stone Cold says he has you in his crosshairs, that's no empty threat. Oh yeah, Rikishi is feeling the energy right now. Cobra clutch. Got it cinched in.
Fading fast.
The Russian leg sweep.
Got him right where he wants him. Stone Cold with the Fez press, and unleashing. Good grief. Austin getting himself some Texas rattlesnake retribution on Rikishi. Oh, and the scariest thing here is the amount of enjoyment Austin is having.
There is no amount of pain on Rikishi that Austin will...
Austin with stunner! Stone Cold with a stunner! Will Stone Cold end this?
He's reaching under the ring for anything useful.
That table has only one destiny, and it involves being broken in half. And he now slides back into the ring.
Taking this thing out onto the floor now. And Rikishi lately has been calling himself a visionary, a pioneer, a bunch of garbage, if you ask me.
Well, those aren't self-imposed labels, Cole. Those labels are coming from the family, coming from a group of wrestling legends who are proud of Rikishi for standing up and making a change in this business.
I have a few labels for Rikishi. Coward, liar, embarrassment. Those fit him well. Austin!
Star by the rattlesnake.
Will Rikishi get back up?
The rattlesnake bites again. Austin gets his payback.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout,
We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life. Instead, he's here tonight to finish the job.
Listen, Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to unimaginable heights. Rikishi feels it's The Rock's time, not Austin's.
It's been a month of stunning revelations, all leading to the in-ring return of Stone Cold.
Oh, man. Inside out.
And though The Rock wants nothing to do with this altercation, we have to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. The Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
No, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water, and it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture. And that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for all The Rock's success.
And you know he picked the shovel because he was looking to send a message. That should strike fear in your opponent.
Only one reason to have a shovel. He's looking to put the opposition in a hole. We should probably go.
This conflict is beyond disturbing. Corey, let's go into Rikishi's mind when it comes to defeating Stone Cold.
Rikishi has to be prepared to endure an emotional storm like he's never felt before. The big man must recover from that and use his weight to immobilize the rattlesnake, because we know Austin will not stay down. Kick to the gut. Oh, brutal forearm.
And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals would go to the disgusting lengths that Rikishi's gone to. And Rikishi evades that. Dominating shoulder tackle.
Rikishi feeling like he has a job to finish tonight. It's Stone Cold's to bring to an end. This is just turning into a savage display of violence. Just wailing away with that weapon like there's no tomorrow. This is getting damn dangerous. Oh, man, you felt that. Come on, this has gone way too far. Just stop this already. And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the shark tank that is WWE.
Oh, are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We are fortunate that it only put Austin on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them.
Stone Cold letting his feelings towards his opponent be well known.
Taking to the floor, and he's got no worries about the count. We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishi's are delusional. His family have been...
Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. Albany wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth. And Rikishi lately has been calling himself a visionary, a pioneer. All a bunch of garbage, if you ask me.
Well, those aren't self-imposed labels, Cole. Those labels are coming from the family, coming from a group of wrestling legends who are proud of Rikishi for standing up and making a change in this business.
I have a few labels for Rikishi. Coward, liar, embarrassment.
Austin in a state of distress now.
No one holding Rikishi's family down now, taking out all those years of frustration on Austin here.
Steel stares to the face. Austin getting in his opponent's face. I don't think the censors would like the venom. And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake is taking it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him.
Able to slip away.
And Rikishi with a count.
Oh, saw it coming and got an elbow for that trouble.
And now he's back into the ring. There it is! Reversal!
What a display here. Counters on both sides.
Oh, and a headbutt.
Rikishi driver. And Austin is out.
Rikishi somehow defangs the rattlesnake. Damn it.
The winner of this bout, Rikishi!
This is not what many of us expected to see. We wanted to see retribution, but Rikishi was too much of a monster for Stone Cold tonight.
The vitriol that consumed Rikishi powered him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rearview mirror.
His arrival signaled impending doom. His very presence was enough to intimidate even the bravest WWE competitor. His name itself simply meant the end. And if you found yourself standing across the ring from Umaga, you were most certainly coming to the end of your own road. The younger brother of Rikishi, Umaga, was every bit the Samoan bulldozer that his nickname would suggest, mauling opponents with ease, relishing the chaos that he created. A menace to the entire roster, an unrepentant badass, Umaga tortured his prey with high-impact collisions before ultimately sealing their fate with his vaunted Samoan spike, a vicious move used today by Solo Sikoa.
Inside the ring, man, he was just a complete monster. Anybody that stood in front of him, he was going to wreck him no matter what he had to do. He was just a crazy, wild Samoan. Outside of the ring, man, just a loving guy to be around. A fun uncle, always joking, always barbecuing at his house. I always looked up to him. He was just so cool.
Perhaps an unheralded aspect of Umaga's game was his mastery of mental warfare. Umaga loved to present a wild, out-of-control savage, one who needed manager Armando Alejandro Estrada to handle all the details while he destroyed opponents. Umaga was the perfect definition of the word aura. A two-time intercontinental heavyweight champion, Umaga established himself as one of the purest forms of dominance to ever set foot in a WWE ring. His intense clashes with Batista, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, along with WWE Championship battles against John Cena, still live on in the memories of those who were fortunate enough to watch Umaga perform. And Umaga will live in immortality through every member of this family, whether it's with a huge Samoan drop, a running bulldozer into the corner, a Samoan spike, or even a war cry in the middle of battle. Umaga is forever.
I wish he was here. I know he's watching from above.
So you, our beloved Us in training, are asked one simple thing here in the WWE 2K25 showcase: to defeat John Cena. You've done that in this mode before, right? Simple. It was at New Year's Revolution in 2007 that Umaga and John Cena first collided for the WWE title. Umaga appeared to be too much for Cena in the minds of many pundits. Undefeated in WWE some 9 months after his debut, and things were going very well for Umaga. Until they weren't. Umaga would see his undefeated streak end by, of all things, a damn roll-up after rushing directly into the outstretched shoes of John Cena. 1 second of luck allowed John Cena to escape the inevitable, and now it's on you to fix it. Head into that ring, showcase Umaga's cruel brutality, and get Umaga the WWE Heavyweight Championship victory that he should have gotten in the first place. I assure you, my dear friend, Armando Alejandro Estrada will make sure nothing else goes wrong if you take care of business inside the ring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. He could be the next WWE champion, the near 400-pound Umaga. A man that since debuting right after WrestleMania 9 months ago has remained undefeated. And Umaga has been in the ring, Byron, with the best of WWE.
This man looks, moves, and sounds.
A phenomenal ovation in this arena because the champ is here. John Cena has a gigantic challenge awaiting him in the ring, but Cena doesn't have a reverse gear.
Absolutely not. The champ only goes one way, and that's straight at you.
John Cena, a three-time WWE champion, the handler of Umaga, Armando Estrada, trying to control this undefeated challenger.
Once the bell rings, these two are going to go at each other full force.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WWE Championship. Introducing first.
You win this title, you are a top name in this industry.
John Cena and Umaga battling here for the WWE Championship. Will John Cena halt the Samoan Bulldozer's path to destruction?
Cena's going to have to go all out to accomplish that. No one has been able to withstand Umaga thus far. This brutal Samoan has made a mockery of his challengers and is perhaps the ultimate super heavyweight threat.
Cena could be in for the greatest challenge as champion tonight. But if anyone can overcome the terrifying ruthlessness of Umaga, it has to be John Cena.
Hey, let's remember this event last year, Byron. New Year's Revolution has not been kind to John Cena. He lost his championship a year ago at the same event.
A mental hurdle Cena needs to overcome for sure. But the past is the past. I think John has a much bigger distraction in front of him right now.
Headed to the outside.
But for what reason?
The Samoan Bulldozer is all fired up.
Dangerous position for the referee there.
No question John Cena has his work cut out for him taking on Umaga, who's been aptly named the Samoan Bulldozer for his relentless offense.
Yeah, and while Umaga may not be as refined in the ring as other superstars, his ruthlessness more than makes up for the difference. If Umaga can connect with some truly merciless attacks, then Cena and his title reign could quickly be in trouble.
Heading out, but needs to be aware of the referee's count. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now? Oh, gets blasted into the steel steps. And you just see Cena's legs bend awkwardly off the steel steps. Umaga really pinpointed a target with that attack.
I don't know if it was strategic on the part of Umaga or just a result of his rampage, but either way, taking out Cena's foundation is going to sway the power advantage into Umaga's favor now. Holy, meet the barricade.
The intensity of Umaga. Really cutting it close there.
Cena tonight attempting to do something no one else has been able to do. Be it HBK, Triple H, Kane, the list goes on and on. No one has...
Umaga.
Since debuting in last year's WrestleMania, he's never been pinned, never been submitted. Umaga is a man who's decimated every single thing in his path. It's not hyperbole to call him a dangerous and deadly savage. And Cena is taking on a lot of offense now.
Cena has no response for Umaga's savage and brutal offense. Kick to the gut. Oh, brutal forearm. Headbutt. A rare position for Cena in this fight. Can't often say that John's overpowered in a matchup, but this 360-plus pound Samoan bulldozer is more than a formidable opponent.
Listen, sometimes when there's a fight, you're not always going to be the biggest. You're not always going to be the strongest. And even if that is the case for Cena tonight, John Cena has never met a fight he didn't repel.
Takedown, just stacked it up here.
Shoulders pinned.
Strong kick out there.
And those kickouts are only going to get harder.
John Cena with a rough blow there. Turns that in his favor.
Up across the shoulder. Samoan driver. Brutal attack from Umaga. He smells Cena's blood in the water.
And I could look at Umaga and he reminds me of Yokozuna. His unmatched thickness and size in an orthodox offense.
Look at Umaga's thighs, his calves. They give him a great rearing way back.
There's a Samoan spike. Ouch. The challenger clearing a path to the title.
Super kick.
A completely relentless attack from Umaga.
Umaga is simply overpowering John Cena right now.
Countering each other again and again.
And he heads back into the ring. Sent right into the corner.
And Cena flattened in the corner.
Umaga's just overpowering him. Look at the strength. Into the corner, just setting Cena up.
You have to start to ask yourself, is the end of John Cena near?
I think so. Look out!
What a headbutt. No one has been able to stop Umaga. No one.
You are seeing why Umaga is undefeated. Why no one has been able to stop the Samoan bulldozer.
Here comes Umaga, and Cena catches him with a boot. John Cena from behind, rolls him up, shoulders down, and a kick out by Umaga.
And Cena immediately back into the clutches of Umaga.
I'm not sure what else Cena can do here. I'm not sure John Cena knows how to stop Umaga.
And Corey, you know there's no force equal to being on the receiving end of a headbutt from Umaga.
It's in Umaga's DNA. Generations have perfected the art of using their own skull as a weapon that could stop an elephant.
He turns it around.
Nice takedown, stacked for the pin.
We can have a new champ here. New champion, an undefeated champion.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Champion, Umaga!
This proves it. Truly no one can withstand Umaga. The Samoan bulldozer has wrecked his way straight to the WWE Championship. Cena's title reign is over.
An incredibly impressive showing from Umaga tonight, absolutely leveling John Cena in a savage display of dominance.
Will Cena come looking for a rematch? Only time will tell. But for now, this is Umaga's moment. He is your WWE Champion.
Hey, in WWE, things move really fast. If you aren't present in the moment, it can feel like a year goes by in only 2 or 3 minutes. That's why you always have to make time to make sure that you check. Hold on. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? Stop. Can you believe I'm actually doing Eric Bischoff's shtick? In the early 2000s, few words sent a shudder through the roster like the words 3 minutes, summoning the fearsome duo of Rosie and Jamal, collectively known as the 3-minute warning. Initially hired by the aforementioned Raw general manager Eric Bischoff to interrupt anything he didn't find to be entertaining.
You're just not entertaining me. 3 minutes are just about up.
The two instantly made their mark in WWE with their complete and total decimation of anyone that was targeted. Their formula was really simple. 2 bruisers with surprising quickness who took pleasure in throwing opponents all around the ring with reckless abandon. And the trail of bodies left in their wake remains a testament to their devastation. Rosie, older brother of your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and Jamal, who would in time develop his skills further and take the name of Umaga, were about instant gratification. They treated matches like a race, seeing how much damage they could fit into the shortest time possible.
The 3-minute warning with my brother and my cousin, it was just one of the coolest gimmicks of all time to me. It was catchy, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of knew what was happening. And I feel like we all remember when the 3-minute warning hit for the first time. You know, the whole Den TV area just lit up.
Every match was a train wreck, as the two would use their size to overwhelm most opponents, coupling that with incredible tag team maneuvers to increase the carnage to its maximum levels. That approach, maximizing damage while minimizing time, was a 3-minute warning signature. The team itself saw its run in WWE last for a little over a year, but in that time managed to make such an impression with the WWE Universe that it still resonates today. They are proof of the impact anyone can make if they capitalize on their opportunities, as 3-minute warning did every single time.
It was a short-lived gimmick, but it was a really cool gimmick, and I just think it shows the versatility of, hey, if you need us to go out there and tell you a Broadway story, I'll cover 2 hours if you like. But if you need us to come out in 3 minutes to make an impact, we can do that too. But you gotta be really good to be thrown in there with the very, very best in the industry. I'm getting all pumped and proud, you know, for my brother and my cousin right now, just thinking about it.
Here in the WWE 2K25 showcase, we have selected another team that embodies the same mindset in Akam and Razor the AOP. Similar to Jamal and Rosie, these two look to inflict the most pain in the most efficient manner. Like 3-minute warning, AOP happily dispatches when summoned. Like 3-minute warning, AOP features 2 Goliaths who will hurl your body from pillar to post before finally bringing it all to a most painful conclusion. It's up to you in this Extreme Rules contest to beat the AOP to the punch and showcase the Wrecking Crew approach that made 3-minute warning the premier bruiser squad in all of WWE. And don't worry, we will give you more than 3 minutes to make that fact perfectly clear. As a matter of fact, take your time and enjoy dishing out the punishment.
AOP is here, ready to wreak havoc. And they want to prove 3-minute warning has nothing on them.
Two roughneck teams ready to use this Extreme Rules stipulation to the fullest.
The following contest is a tag team Extreme Rules match.
And guys, the authors of pain.
Here we go with AOP and 3-minute warning going head-to-head. This is an Extreme Rules match, and it's a good thing it is, because neither one of these teams likes to play by the rules or limit their aggressive tendencies.
Well, there's nothing on the minds of these men except dealing as much damage to one another as possible. Both 3-minute warning and the AOP excel at brutalizing their opponents and inflicting massive amounts of pain. But only one of them can be the best at it.
We can safely predict that this is going to be an exceptionally gruesome and painful match to watch.
Just look at the size of all these superstars. The ring had to be reinforced before this match. Over 1,300 combined pounds colliding.
These men are so big and so thick, it's a challenge to wrap your arms around them. It's really just
Akam with an early cover. Kicks out.
He needs a little more than that to end things this early. Trapping the arm. Vicious stomps to the hand.
Each of those boots.
Clutch! Gonna break someone's back and make them humble. This could be it. Gotta find a way out of the camel clutch. That'll do it.
My goodness, the human skeleton shouldn't have to endure a smash like that.
Trying to string together as many hits with that weapon as possible.
This is beyond personal. Now, this is about putting the competition out of action.
Stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this. Just trying to pound their opponent into the ground.
From the top. Holding nothing back. Striking over and over again. There has to be permanent damage being done right now.
Carried in a jeopardizing position here.
Disturbing impact. Repeated hits like that are going to happen very quick. Plenty of damage being dealt here.
Basically hammering their opponent into the floor.
Akam found himself in the wrong place there.
I can't watch this anymore. Just someone make it stop. Now this is just overkill. This is just unnecessary. This is no way to treat any human being.
Watch for the hardcore tonight with 3-minute warning. Both of these men are from the hood, so to speak. Grew up in the streets, brought up to be tough. Rosie and Jamal have a rough tenacity.
A duo that couldn't care less about headlocks. They're just all about beating the hell out of you. 3-minute warning struggle-like tactics need to be respected.
Rosie and Jamal only care about one thing, and that's the winner's purse.
His body is showing the effects of this match.
Yeah, but no one has ever won an Extreme Rules match by playing it safe.
Back into the ring here. And this one's taken to the outside.
Uh-oh.
Powerbomb!
He's got him down to the pin.
He made the save just in time.
Headlock. Oh, and cheap shot right above the...
Uh-oh. Going for the run.
This might be it.
AOP might have just passed their final testament.
Not quite enough to put him away.
And just in time, he gets out of there.
He's headed out to the ringside area.
Thunderous shot to the back.
Boom! Hammer and sickle. Akam with a rough blow there. And he's being self-penitent by Akam.
Oh, wow. Made the save there.
That could have been it. Rosie and Jamal tell their victims that they will feel the 3-minute warning. What does that mean, Corey?
Well, it means a lot of superstars will get run over by the pain train it's only going to feel like the longest 3 minutes of their lives. When you're as big and strong as Rosie and Jamal, slamming their opponent into place. Curious to see what's coming next from the second rope.
A huge splash!
Forget it. AOP just fell to their demise.
Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned?
Hey, don't come over here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that'll stop him.
This is a situation you want to avoid.
Oh, not a powerbomb onto the apron.
Pay special attention to Rosie in this matchup. 6'5", 375 pounds. The man can run a 40-yard dash in 4.8 seconds. This guy is a pure athlete.
Rosie played high school football with a legendary running back before playing college ball in Hawaii. Imagine being pancaked by the force Rosie brings. Oh, clubbing blow.
Look out. Oh, clothesline.
This, what a headbutt.
And he gets delivered back into the ring.
Bam! Down he goes.
Shoulder tackle.
Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now. This fight is pumping him up.
Nasty elbow. Another one.
Down they go.
This could be the end of the night for Rosie. He breaks the pin before a 1 count.
How did he do that?
And now Razor gaining another wind with that attack.
Yeah, things appearing quite grim for Jamal here.
Everyone is on their feet in this building.
Absolutely showing the respect for all the exertion these athletes are putting each other through.
He's starting to look battered.
Yeah, Extreme Rules matches eventually take their toll on everyone.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
Going for the run.
Chop slam.
That can be Jamal's demise.
Into the cover. Oh, kick out.
Everyone thought that was 3.
Uh-oh. Headbutt. No clue what he hopes to find down there.
Bam! Those are folding chairs, but they can also fold you in half. Right to the knee.
From the middle rope. Oh, a splash. Now he takes the cover.
Can he keep him down?
AOP grabs the victory.
Here are your winners, A-Cup.
Here we go with AOP and 3-minute warning going head-to-head. This is an Extreme Rules match, and it's a good thing it is, because neither one of these teams likes to play by the rules or limit their aggressive tendencies.
Well, there is nothing on the minds of these men except dealing as much damage to one another as possible. Both 3-minute warning and the AOP excel at brutalizing their opponents and inflicting massive amounts of pain. But only one of them can be the best at it.
We can safely predict that this is going to be an exceptionally gruesome and painful match to watch.
Watch the hardcore style of 3-minute warning. Both of these men are from the hood, so to speak. Grew up in the streets, brought up to be tough. Rosie and Jamal have a warm tenacity.
A duo that couldn't care less about headlocks. They're just all about beating the hell out of you. 3-minute warning's thug-like tactics need to be respected.
Rosie and Jamal only care about one thing, and that's the winner's purse.
AOP and 3-minute warning both love to bring the pain to their opponents. But I'm not sure AOP's ready for the pure chaos that is 3-minute warning. That ability to be totally unpredictable could play in 3-minute warning's favor.
Interesting point, Corey. AOP likes to slowly grind their opponents into dust, but 3-minute warning are always looking for a quick, dominant win. Rosie and Jamal, he goes for the quick pin attempt. Lifts up the shoulder.
He needs to deal more damage before trying that again.
And now heading back inside the ring. Ripping at the eyes. That showed a complete lack of respect for your competition and for our sport. And Razor's confidence has to be rocked after that.
Yeah, Rosie came prepared for this matchup.
Draped over the top rope. Perhaps looking for some kind of equalizer here.
And here comes Old Faithful. The steel chair is in hand.
Endless attack here. Pin, shoulders are down.
But is it enough?
And he gets his shoulder up before the count.
He is still very much in this.
Oh, look at this. Inverted scoop slam.
Oh, ouch.
From way up. Back suplex. No. Driven down.
He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer underneath the ring. He gets back into the ring. Looking to explore things ringside now.
Big time clothesline. Good grief. Vice-like grip on the trapezius muscle. This is terribly painful.
Wrench in the arm. Clothesline. Man, Rosie and Jamal Razor representing the biggest, most imposing teams WWE has ever seen. Both teams don't care what the motive is, don't care who the target is. Their goal always remains the same, and that is complete destruction of the opposition.
We call them equal opportunity ass kickers. The first few lows should take a couple steps back because no one is safe when you're in the vicinity of these teams.
He could be starting to really struggle in this match.
And this is a classic Extreme Rules game plan, trying to deal as much damage as possible. Here we go, Byron.
Samoa drop.
Just look at the size of all these superstars. The ring had to be reinforced before this match. Over 1,300 combined pounds colliding.
These men are so big and so thick, it's a challenge to wrap your arms around them. It's really just best to find weapons and whack away.
Yeah, and there's plenty of weapons to choose from tonight.
Samoa drop.
DDT.
And now gets tossed into the ring. He's making his way to ringside now.
Look at this on Jamal.
Gets caught by the exploder.
The WWE Universe is pouring more fuel on his fire right now.
Despite his toughness, Jamal actually looked pretty bothered by that one. His opponent keeps piling it on him.
But I highly doubt anybody's going to throw in the towel, though.
Ooh.
Wrench in the arm.
Man, what a clothesline.
Jamal laying down the gauntlet for his opponent.
He could be enjoying the moment too much, giving his opponent a lot of room to recover. And now he gets back into the ring.
Superstar setting up.
Uranagi! Man, oh man.
We knew this would be a grueling and punishing match, but AOP and 3-minute warning are exceeding all expectations.
Rosie left an opening for the counter.
Thunderous. He's eyeing the 3 count here.
Gets there. Teammate makes the save. Clothesline to the back of the neck.
Rosie needs to get his wits about him fast.
Caught that and reversed him.
Wrench in the arm.
Clothesline. Driven through the ground.
Nothing fancy there.
Bear hug. Squeezing the breath out of that.
Just excruciating pain. sustain being in this submission much longer.
Will the pain be too much? Will there be a surrender?
To the sky.
Diving splash from the top. Incredible impact.
3-minute warning might just be done messing around.
This is a whole new level of chaos and brutality.
3-minute warning and AOP just keep...
The bear hug and a way to get out of it is being on display right here.
Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move.
Fishing for something beneath the ring.
If you're looking to cause quick, sharp damage, you can't go wrong with the kendo stick. He's heading back to the ring.
Rizar cuts him off. Oh, the table's being set on fire.
I can't watch this. I can't watch this at all.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
Through the table.
Rosie and Jamal survive Extreme Rules.
Here are your winners, Rosie and Jamal. 3-minute warning.
Gotta give it up to 3-minute warning. In a contest between two of the most badass squads we've ever seen, they were the tougher competitors.
Yeah, but AOP certainly made 3-minute warning earn this win. Just think about all the carnage we witnessed here tonight.
We've come to the part of the showcase where we get to talk about Tamina. Ever since walking in WWE, shoulder to shoulder with the Usos, Tamina's alliance with this dynasty has never been in question.
I remember watching Monday Night Raw, and I seen Tamina debut with my brothers. It was a pretty cool, dynamic, right? Two of my brothers and Tamina.
Together, Tamina and the Usos helped each other navigate through a trial-filled first year in WWE, making sure they all survived together. In later years, Tamina has formed alliances with both Naomi and Nia Jax, honoring this family's connection. While Tamina has looked to create her own name in the industry, she has never missed a chance to acknowledge her place in this family either. Trained by Afa and Sika, the wild Samoans, Tamina was instilled with the same instincts that have carried each member of this family to wrestling glory. Her in-ring approach is similar to many in the bloodline. Quick striking, high-impact attacks, and smothering holds. As capable with a super kick or a big splash as anyone else, Tamina has maintained a remarkable level of success in her WWE career. A constant contender, Tamina has competed for the Women's Championship on many occasions. She's also held the Women's Tag Team Championships along with 9 separate reigns as the 24/7 champion. Tamina has proven capable in any environment against any opponent. Tamina is always the perfect test for a rising contender. Defeating Tamina proves that you're at the top of your game, and she will always expose those who aren't quite ready yet. Taking her lightly is the easiest way to book your visit to the local medical facility. Tamina has taken part in many memorable moments, but in the 2K25 showcase, we're going to give you the chance to make history. in the first ever women's Money in the Bank match, Carmella, of all people, would walk out victorious after letting someone else do all the work. Tamina, Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Charlotte Flair were all robbed of a great opportunity that night by Carmella. So this is your chance to make it right. Showcase Tamina's grit and take out the other 4 ladies in this ladder match to become the first ever winner of the women's Money in the Bank. Carmella might still sneak out with the win, but if she does, she's doing it on her own because we're not allowing anyone else at ringside for this match in our showcase.
We are making history tonight here in St. Louis, the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
The following is the first ever women's.
And Byron, Becky Lynch with a very astute point. I rip off arms. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.